In Brockton, we swing for the fences so we can touch home.
We coach in Brockton to instill the teamwork that builds a great winning tradition.
We do business in Brockton because here you can find a taste of home away from home.
We keep our company in Brockton because we love this city.
I study and learn in Brockton to achieve my goals.
When Brockton is home, everything is within reach.
The last press conference I did was in our older building. And I was standing in our conference room, which was probably about from where those walls join out to here. Something terrible, unfortunately, happened. We had media all in the front row. We had to have our lights turned off from the back. We had water pouring in from the ceiling, and we had a big bucket standing in the middle of it. And one of the media people asked me when it was over, "This is the DA's office?" And my response was, I knew it was coming, was, "Not for long." And we were very fortunate to move here and really move us to state of the art and consolidate what really is so incredibly important here in our county and trying to keep public safety as best as we can. We looked at where we could go. We stayed here in the city of Brockton. And that is where we have a lot of our work. Right across the street is, depending upon what month of the year it is when they're looking at the numbers, either the 4th or the 5th busiest district court here in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Less than 0.15 miles is the Brockton Superior Court, another incredibly busy place that occurs here where justice is functioned and handled every day to make sure that we can keep people safe in our county. And for the first time in Plymouth County DA's history, we're able to have our state police with us here in the building, which is the way it's supposed to be. If you talk to the vast majority of the district attorney's offices, their local state police detectives are assigned in their units are in the DA's office. That saves so much time. It saves so much angst, quite honestly, lots of times trying to run things down, get people here, interview rooms, which we're going to have, which we never had before.
Having the operations of the district attorney located in 4 different places is just plain a bad idea. And in addition to some of the other issues, just the structural issues associated with the building, which the DA talked about, there's a work opportunity that's missed there, and a collaborative opportunity that's missed there, and a cooperation possibility that's missed when you're in 4 different locations. And I know I speak for the Lieutenant Governor and for the folks at DCAM and the rest of the folks in our administration when I say how important it was to us that we get this one done. And there were some operating issues we had to deal with and some financing issues and all the rest. And people really did commit to finding a way to make this happen. And I can't tell you, Tim, based on your comments, if you guys have had all that success when none of you have had a room to meet or a place to go or an opportunity to get together somewhere, I can't imagine what you're going to be able to do now that you actually have what I would describe as sort of the modern office and the facilities that you all need to do the collaborative work that you do so well here.
I just want to say, obviously, when first coming into office, I remember one of the first set of calls we received were almost at the same time from the mayor and Tim Cruz calling about getting this done. And when we came down to visit, it was clear to us that this would be a perfect location. With 100 employees located under one roof here, from the mayor's perspective, clearly that's people who need to buy lunch and grab coffee and procure services, and that's part of the economic development that needs to occur in downtowns like this. And certainly for the DA to have all of these departments under one roof to be able to collaborate and send a message to the bad actors out there that we're ready and we're coordinated and we're collaborating to do our work. Really sends a message.
Mayor Carpenter.
Thank you, Mr. District Attorney. Well, good morning, everyone. It's great to be here. First of all, I would just like to personally thank the governor and the lieutenant governor for making the financial commitment during very tough fiscal times to make this happen. This is so important to the city of Brockton. And Mr. District Attorney, I would like to thank you for making the commitment to remain here in downtown Brockton. And the administration and the district attorney have not just made a commitment, but they've made a long-term commitment to be here. And the DA's comments regarding collaboration on law enforcement, I couldn't echo more. I think that one of the first things our administration did was make a commitment to even make a larger commitment to collaborative law enforcement with the DA, the sheriff, the state police, our federal law enforcement partners. And that collaboration truly has been happening, the sharing of resources, the sharing of intelligence. But now this facility really makes that all a lot easier to achieve. And so there certainly is a public safety benefit to the district attorney finally getting this facility. And now I can also allow the building inspector to go look at the old one because I was afraid to send him down there before. But more importantly, what I'd like to just comment quickly on is what this means to the downtown and to the city of Brockton, to the perception of safety. Because we know what the numbers say, and the numbers say that violent crime is down, the numbers say that gun violence is down, the numbers say that homicide is down. But our challenge as a city is changing the perception. And the fact that the commitment that's been made here, the district attorney with his personnel, the presence of a couple of dozen state troopers coming and going from this building every day, that changes the way people feel about downtown Brockton. And that's maybe the most important benefit for us as a city. This was a long-time vacant building right in the heart of the downtown. And to see this building now brought back with the investment made by the Baker-Polito administration and to provide this to the district attorney, this now becomes one of our linchpins in our overall downtown action strategy. And the administration, this is one of several investments that they're making in the city of Brockton and making in the downtown. But this was one that just made so much sense on so many levels. And I want to be sure to make sure I thank our legislative delegation, Senator Brady, Representative Dubois, Representative Cassidy, Representative Cronin, because we enjoy a great close working relationship, and I think this is an example where local government was able to work with the legislative delegation, the county, and the governor towards this common goal of making this happen. But our legislative delegation works hard for us up on the Hill every day. A lot of the great work they do is done behind the scenes, but I truly do value and appreciate everything the delegation does for the city of Brockton. Thank you.
And I was like, I haven't been in that other building for 20 years. So I asked the district attorney if he had somebody who he thought would really appreciate the chance to cut the ribbon as part of the new location for the office. And Michelle, we picked you. So I'm going to let you do this. Okay?
Cut it straight, Michelle.
1, 2, 3.
They know exactly what they need. We have everything they need. They come do functional training, do cardio, get a workout in. So we have a vast array of stuff.
Yeah.
And then we have resistance bands as well. So these are all color coded. So depending on how much resistance you want, you can put one end under your foot, do bicep curls. These are the same things, but it's a different design.
Right.
Yeah.
But I can see you've got all different types of folks doing all different types of fitness.
Oh yeah.
All using the facility. So amongst all the various different things you have here, they can find what it is they're looking for.
Well, that's what makes the offering so compelling is instead of segmenting the market and really targeting on a specific demographic, we try to offer general fitness to a very wide demographic and let them make the decision if they can imagine being here. Because two of the biggest obstacles are fear of walking in the door,
Yeah.
for whatever reason. Am I wearing
Yeah.
the right clothes? Am I not in shape enough to come in the first time?
Yeah.
I have worked out in ages, I don't know what I'm doing. And then the second one is price.
Yeah.
You know, some health clubs are 30, 40, 50. Clubs in Boston are 80 to 150 a month.
Right.
If you walk in and it's 10 or 20,
Right.
and you get the free PF, you get the training you need to get going, you feel comfortable, you see body types or ages that are similar to yours, you're more inclined to make the decision to come, and will help it become a regular part of your lifestyle.
The Office of Mayor Bill Carpenter has announced a variety of new ways residents can submit tips anonymously and communicate with neighbors via telephone, internet, texting, and apps that are available on your cell phone. If you want to contact the Brockton Police Department anonymously, you can do so directly by calling them anytime at their tip line 508-941-0244. You can also send a text to CRIMES or 274-637. Text Brockton at the beginning of the text, followed by the violation you see that you want to report. These features are available to anyone with access to a phone, cell phone, or computer with internet access, and all of this information can be found on the Brockton Police Department's official website at brocktonpolice.com. Outside of directly contacting the Brockton PD via call, text, or online message, there are a few new apps you can download to your smart and iPhones to report crimes and violations you see anonymously. MyPD is an app you can download to your phone where you can submit a tip, ask the Brockton Police a question, or even commend an officer for doing a good job. You just click on what you want to do and fill out the forms provided electronically. The forms allow you to get as detailed as you'd like while submitting a report to best give the Brockton PD the opportunity to respond to your issue. You can also get MyPD without downloading the app at mypolicedepartment.org/Brockton-police-department and fill out the information online just as you would the app on your phone. There's also Nextdoor, an app and website at nextdoor.com that is a private social network for you, your neighbors, and your community. It's an easy way for you and your neighbors to communicate. You can use this to talk to neighbors about anything community related, tracking down a trustworthy babysitter, asking for help looking for a lost pet, and finding a reputable mechanic to work in your car. Quickly report a neighborhood break-in, organize a neighborhood watch group, do it all with the Nextdoor app. And last but not least, See, Click, Fix. This is a feature that gained popularity following our most recent winter as a way for residents to report potholes on city streets that needed to be filled. However, it's much more than a resource to report potholes. You can download the See, Click, Fix app on your phone or go to the City of Brockton's official website at brockton.ma.us and click the See, Click, Fix button on the left-hand side of the page. You can report non-emergency issues to the City of Brockton using this app. Everything from abandoned property, to traffic signal issues, to graffiti, to loose animals, to snow removal. You'll receive an email updating you on the status. These are just some of the new ways the City of Brockton is introducing technology to connect with its residents and make solving problems easier. And remember, the City of Brockton is online 24/7 at its official website, brockton.ma.us.
Hi, this is Brockton Mayor Bill Carpenter. Well, we've got spring on the horizon, winter hopefully just about over, and once again we have our annual challenge of potholes on city streets. Again this year, I ask for your help. by reporting potholes to us either on the Mayor's Pothole Hotline or by using our SeeClickFix app. This is the third consecutive spring now that we've made it possible for you to report potholes to the city 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. 508-897-1306 is the hotline, 508-897-1306. Please just leave a recorded message with the exact location of the pothole, preferably a street address if you can give us one, to enable our DPW crews to get out there and make the repairs. Our pothole repair crews from the DPW Highway Department are on the road 5 days a week now addressing potholes, but if you have a particularly dangerous one that you'd like us to get to immediately, all you have to do is tell us where it is. The Mayor's Pothole Hotline at 508-897-1306, or even easier, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, simply using the SeeClickFix app on your smartphone or Android phone, or you can also access SeeClickFix from the city's website. So whether it's SeeClickFix or call us on the hotline, but let us know where the dangerous potholes are, and we will respond as quickly as we can to get them repaired. So please let us know where those most dangerous potholes are so that we can get our DPW highway crews out there to repair them immediately. Thank you for your help, and drive carefully. Yeah, we gotta do some education. You know why? Because they've never pushed the button. At night they're pushing it, because I've come by 2 different nights and seen it flash. So this first location of a rapidly flashing beacon is here on North Montello Street at the corner of Wilmington. Very busy spot for commuters getting on and off of the commuter rail to be crossing Route 28 North Montello Street here. So I'm sure that that had to be a big factor in selecting this as one of the locations, targeting areas where this type of pedestrian safety improvement would have the most impact.
Right, when we met with the task force, with the train station being so close to North Montello Street, you will find a lot of pedestrian traffic crossing here, so this is one of the target locations.
Yep. And particularly at this time of year, I know that we get a lot of early morning and later evening commuters that are actually going to work or coming home from work in the dark now at this time of the year, and crossing this street can be problematic in the dark. So these are the rapidly flashing beacons. We're going to actually look at 4 sets of them that have been installed, but just kind of give me a general overview in terms of the power, the signage, and exactly how they work.
So the intention of the RRFB, rectangular rapid flashing beacon, is only to give attention to a passing motorist that there's a pedestrian waiting to walk. So this isn't a stoplight, it's not a red light. This is just to gain the attention of a driver who might not see someone in the dark attempting to cross the street. Right. It's solar powered. As you can see the solar power up top.
Yep.
The wiring comes down through the pipe into this box. Inside the box there's a battery about the size of a car battery. There's wiring terminals, and there's a computer that's about twice the size of an iPhone. It's not a very big computer whatsoever. Okay. When someone comes up to push the button, it's just a touch button. You don't have to push it in or anything.
Okay.
Once you touch it, you'll get a tone that acknowledges that you've touched the button.
Yeah.
The beacons will begin to flash. Now, in addition to this project, there were improvements done to the pedestrian access to make sure that the ramps were good.
Yep.
And there was an additional signage. You can see about 100 feet up,
yep.
Facing the other direction, there's a pedestrian ahead sign.
We'll get a shot of that. So a big part of these safety improvements at these crossing points, it's not just the beacons, but it's the signage, and you can see the difference. And I've driven by these a number of times now. The signage here and the signage on both sides of the street, I mean, they are really bright fluorescent.
Right.
You see them in your car approaching, you see them from quite a distance. And when you add that to the flashing lights, but Yeah, so there's signage that's already going to be warning the driver about a pedestrian crossing, and then if in fact someone's getting ready to cross, they hit the button, the flashing lights are going to gain the driver's attention, hopefully in plenty of time for them to stop and allow the pedestrian to cross.
Right, and they find that some of the biggest causes of pedestrian accidents is the distracted driver, and hopefully the rapid flashing beacon will get the attention of the distracted driver.
Right, so if that driver who may not be paying attention or may not be aware that they're approaching a popular pedestrian crossing, between the signage, the flashing lights, it's going to catch their attention. Hopefully they at least take their foot off the gas and slow down a little bit to look to see what might be there. So the flashing beacon, it's not a stop sign. It doesn't require a driver to come to a stop. It's designed to make the driver aware that there may be someone getting ready to cross the street right through their path.
That's correct. And it's also important to remember that you need to use the crosswalk. As the pedestrian, this is not a stoplight.
Right.
So when you push the button, you still have to stand in the crosswalk and look both ways and wait for safe passage.
Right. So you don't have the benefit of a traffic signal. And actually, these are designed to go at locations that don't have traffic signals, right? So we're going to tend to find these at busy intersections and busy spots that are not currently controlled by a traffic light.
Correct.
And with the solar power, no hard wiring involved.
Nope.
It'll store enough juice from the sunny days.
Right. There's no electrical power to this besides what's in the solar, and the battery is rated to last a few days, even without any solar.
Yep.
They are connected by radio, so when one button is pushed, both will activate. So you'll have flashing on both sides of the street at the same time, and that's radio controlled.
And actually, if we look at that one across the street, I think particularly maybe from up here, you can get a much clearer idea of what that solar panel looks like, and I guess facing the south, because that's where the track of the sun is.
Right.
All right, do you think we can...
So if we push the button, when we push it, we will get a red light, a little red light, a little LED here.
Yep.
And we will get an audible tone, just a small chirp that acknowledges.
All right, so let's give it a try here and see what it looks like when a pedestrian activates it.
So you get the small chirp.
Yep.
It's flashing.
The lights are flashing.
So now we walk.
But still have to look both ways.
So they see us.
And that, right, now they've stopped and let us cross. Wow, that worked great.
And it's still flashing, so still plenty of time.
Yep. So the key is the light doesn't require the driver to stop. The light doesn't require the driver to stop, but hopefully by drawing attention to it, the driver now sees the person in the crosswalk and comes to the stop to allow them to cross. Yeah. Now I've got to tell folks, and maybe we can get a shot of this after dark, but I've come by here a couple times at night, and I mean, there is a dramatic difference in how visible those beacons are at night. When you're coming down this street at night and that beacon's flashing, you can see it from a long, long distance. It's drawing your attention. And it almost reminds you of a railroad crossing. It's like approaching a railroad crossing, kind of the same idea, except for a pedestrian crossing. All right, we'll take our chances and try going back again.
Okay.
So you can hear when you push the button. Yep.
You still have to stop and look.
Yep. These are new handicap accessible ramps on each side of the crosswalk also. So
this person's not familiar, so again,
Yep.
you've got to look.
Got to look. Oh, we're good now. And I think it's important to note that part of this project required by law was making sure that this intersection was fully ADA compliant. So another benefit, and it did take a little away from some of the pedestrians, the extent of some of the equipment we could purchase, but in terms of us moving towards complete streets and accessibility, we've not only redone the crosswalks and put this equipment in, but we've now also ensured that someone in a wheelchair can cross safely also.
Right.